tell you.
Cool. I would normally play like this little intro song, but I gotta get a new intro song. So we'll just start off.
All right.
How you doing?
Hey, Caleb. Thanks for having me.
Feels weird like doing two intros, like seeing you outside and then coming in here and be like we're just started a conversation again. But
that's right.
Yeah, you just got back from a tour or some shows?
Yeah, a little run. We did. We were down in Utica area, and then we did a little. Scott Baker, do a show, The Quickest Thinkers in Comedy. We did it in where we perform in Hawley, Pennsylvania. Actually, it was a very cool thing. It was a place called Hemlock Farms, which is a 55-plus community, as it turned out.
Sure.
But it was like a huge, like they have a big theater, and really nice. It was great. It was really a lot of fun.
I think you posted some pictures.
I did.
Nice.
Yes. Yeah. Really it was. Turnout. Yeah, it was really neat, and it's funny because what we do, I mean, I have my own show, as you know, and Scott and I have a two-man, kind of like when we call it The Quickest Thinkers in Comedy. It's kind of like a combination of whose line is it anyway?
Yeah.
But it's not improv. It's not long form. It's rapid fire, but a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But sometimes some producers that put shows together, they've seen clips of it, but they're not sure because they're used to stand-up comic behind a mic. So it was funny because right before we, I guess a couple of days before that, the promoter of the show goes, just in case it doesn't get over, can Vinny have some stuff ready? In other words, in case we have to break away. And we're like, we didn't even do that because we knew it was going to be great. Right. Not only was it, we got 2 standing ovations, and I don't ever brag about that.
Yeah.
Because you never get them.
Sure, yeah.
Really. Comics don't get singers get standing ovations because they finish with God Bless America and all the other stuff, and it's a big, and they almost cue the audience. But so we got one in the middle, and then at the end, boom. And then funny thing was then they wanted to do a meet and greet. And as I just revealed to you, I'm just at the end of Shingles. But back last week, I was at the beginning of it. I didn't know it. So when people were putting their arm around me, I didn't have any but I was sore, that's, I guess, the first, I was like, why am I so sore?
Yeah.
I thought, what did I do? I, slept wrong. But anyway, the show was great. The people were great. And the promoter immediately called us that was nervous, oh my God, they called us. They said it was the best show and they already want us back.
Nice. Yeah.
So that's interesting. That's the thing
awesome,
I run into. What's that?
That's awesome. You guys, how long have you and Scott been working together?
Scott and I, he knew me from when I was back working in the 80s at the East Side Comedy Club on Long Island with Rosie O'Donnell, Eddie Murphy, Bob Nelson.
Yeah.
Which was called the Laughter Company.
Sure.
Which was a sketch show. And he used to watch the show, but I met him. He said he goes, I always spoke with him, was always friendly, and the other guys were kind of like standoffish for whatever reason. He said he never forgot that. I guess he caught me on a good day. Anyway, no. And then when Jody Weiner, my late wife, got sick, there was a bunch of fundraisers, and Scott had come up. So that was about, I guess, 8 years ago, maybe.
Okay. Yeah.
And he said to me, hey, I'd like to talk to you more about because he was doing a 2-man version, and his partner was looking to get out of it.
Oh, okay, really?
And Scott, basically, I didn't know this, those 2 guys were doing like a watered-down version of what Bob Nelson wrote, our old show.
Okay.
So it was really weird when I finally went, he goes, don't you remember you guys used to do this? Well, we changed it and did this, and we do. And I'm going, yeah, okay. But it was weird. It was like a different, I remembered it, and then he was rattling off all the stuff that I used to say. And
sure. Yeah.
It was surreal, I'll tell you, because I felt like, I went, oh, man, that's right.
Yeah.
And so anyway, we started working together, and it's been great.
That's cool. I was just watching one of your clips. Your website, LaughFast.
LaughFast.com, yes.
I was watching one of your clips on there, and it was hysterical. Like, it's just, it was like some Whose Line vibes, but
yes, yeah, and we want it to be that, but we want people to know it's not that long form, 5 people on stage with matching T-shirts, improv. It's not that.
Yeah, it's
not. It's bam, 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 bam. It's almost, and it's fun with the audience. We use someone from the audience sometimes. They come up, and it's really great. It's a homer. The hardest part is not the show. The hardest part is sometimes getting people to understand what it is.
Right. Yeah. I feel like there's kind of a lot of comedy. People don't understand until they've been to a show. And especially when it's like a show like you and Scott do.
Yes.
They just don't know until they see it. And then, I mean, you were up for the Family Fest or the Family Comedy Show in Lake George in July, and I think that was a lot of the vibe. Like people were like, "Okay, what's this guy gonna do?" And then by the end, everybody was just laughing. Like,
yes, it's interactive. It was fun. Yeah, and that's right. Yeah, there's a lot of different types of comedy now, and people are. Yeah, I mean, I just got a call this morning from someone because we're doing a show October 4th at the Fort Edward Fire Company.
Yeah.
And I have a great guy coming in, Rob McNaughty, great impressionist, great, clean as a whistle. Opening act's going to be clean. Dan Guerin, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Yep, nice guy.
Yeah.
So someone had just called me and just said, we want to come. We've never been to the show, but is it going to be raunchy? And I'm like, no, they're never that. That's, they put a little R-rated like disclaimer on the bottom of the book, but it's never. It's always. But there is, it's people, when you even said family comedy thing at the Lake George Shepherd's Park, but people probably were still like, is it really going to be?
Right.
And it's a hard line to dance because you don't want it to promote it as it's not going to be a baby show.
Right.
And that's what we get. Our show is great because we family oriented. We do a lot of family resorts. We can do adult shows. That's an easy switch.
Yeah.
But it's the best is you're able to entertain the kids, just. And the adults are like, wow, we had a gas too. That was so much fun.
Yeah.
That
was such a fun show. That was only my second show I produced.
Right.
So
you did a great job. You did a great job. And the people, what was the feedback on that? That was good, all good, I guess, right?
Yeah, everybody loved it.
We didn't get in trouble with the town?
No. Thankfully, no. They had strict parameters in saying
great.
like no cuss words. Like we're right next to a playground, so we can't do
right, which we didn't.
Stuff. Yeah, none of that. A lot of the people that came in, I think were just people walking by and heard the show go on, so they came over.
Yes.
I advertised quite a bit with flyers and, local like radio people were doing like ads for me for free, which is great.
Which is awesome.
But I think a lot of it was just people walking by, and then the cool part was like they stayed. I think when we started, we had like probably like 25, 50 people.
Yeah, you had the tough spot.
Yeah.
You had the hardest spot on the show. I took a picture and it looked like, but then, by the time I got up there, it was nice and full because everybody, there were like 2 or 3 other guys.
Yeah, there's 200 plus people there.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah, it was so good.
And that's a nice venue. I'm looking forward to seeing their new structure.
Oh, me too. It's supposed to be like a really good audio equipment built into it. Like I think a green room even. Like it'll be fantastic. So
Good.
So okay, I'm curious. I want to hear about the start.
Ask away. Nothing's off limits.
I want to hear about the start of your career. I mean, you mentioned it a little bit, kind of starting off in
on Long Island. It's a great story. When you say the start of what got me interested in performing, or what just got me really broke into the comedy field.
Sure. Well, performing and then comedy. If it was that
performing, well, I was little. I was young. I was 7. I got a magic kit when I was, for my birthday for my brother and sister-in-law, and I just started doing magic, performing magic, and I also played hockey as a kid. So those were 2 things that I did. And anyway, I was in a play in college on Long Island at the Nassau Community College, and there was a director there who had directed, because Billy Crystal had gone to this school and worked under Sid Lee was his name.
Okay.
Sid Lee was he was one of the original Marlboro Men.
Very good. Yeah.
Print ads and stuff, and a great actor. He was also in Mr. Roberts on Broadway.
Oh, wow.
He actually understudied Henry Fonda. People that are listening don't know who we're talking about, but major stars.
Yeah.
And great actor. So he was in the show. So he was great director, great teacher, acting teacher. So Bob Nelson was putting together a show on Long Island in 1981 at the East Side Comedy Club. They were going to do a kind of a sketch comedy show, an improv group. They wanted to put together an improv show, a weekly run show. And they had a giant casting call. So Bob Nelson called Sid Lee, because Bob also worked under Sid Lee, this director. He said, hey, do you have anybody good there? We're looking for young types, we want to get an audition going, And he said, yeah, come check out this one guy, Vinny. He's pretty good.
Wow.
He's actually got the lead in the show right now. It's called Same Time Next Year. It was me and a young lady. It was just two parts through the whole play. Anyway, I'll never forget it because I went to high school with Bob Nelson, but he was a senior. I was a freshman. So I do remember him because he's from Massapequa. That's where I'm from.
Okay.
But I didn't know him. I knew of him. He was already a it's kind of established comic personality. He was on the Merv Griffin show and all that stuff. Yeah. So after the show broke, because he came to the play, Sid introduced me to him. He says, "This is Bob Nelson," and I'm kind of like, I remembered. I was kind of like, I had my eye on, like what my fellow classmates were doing, what we were going to do after. I wanted to know where the after party was. I was a college kid, and he's like, "Hey, we have auditions Tuesday at this comedy club. Can I get your number? I want you to." And I'm like, yeah. And I give him my phone number, and that's it. I'm gone. I was just like, "Nice to meet you." Gone. Well, now let's cut to my house that Tuesday morning. It's like 10 a.m., 10:30. I'm waiting for my buddies. I'm in a big bathing suit, towel around my neck. I'm waiting for my friends to come to pick me up to go to the beach. The phone rings, and this is when we had phones on the wall. And my mother goes, "Vinny, phone call," and I'm like, and just as she did it, my friends pull up in their Camaro. I remember, and I go over and I go, "Hello." I go, "Hey, Vinny, Bob Nelson. Just reminding you, 2:00 today is the audition." Oh. I totally forgot about it. Wouldn't have went. And I went, "I'll see you there." Yeah, definitely. So I hang up the phone. I walk out to the car and I tell my friends, I can't go to the beach. I got an audition. Well, from, a lot of comedians, narrowed down to 50 comedians and narrowed down to 25 to 12 to 6 to 5. And I was one of the 5.
Wow.
Rosie O'Donnell was in it, and that was my big shift.
Sure.
Because now I got to work with very good people. And, and that was a hard spot for us. Myself and Rosie O'Donnell, who, we were young. We were 18.
Yeah.
And there was all these other comedians that were all friends. They thought they were going to be in on their show, And they were like, "Who are these two?" But we were younger. They needed young types, too, for that. And we knew what we were doing, So we were getting, we grew in the show. But I had a lot of help from those guys.
Yeah. That's so cool. That's a really neat connections to have.
Yeah, and actually I have to tell that story, and they're doing a documentary on Bob Nelson, and I'm going to be doing a video of that, telling that story.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So you actually heard it first. You scooped it, but they just called me. I have to do that because it really was. If it wasn't for him calling me, I always wonder what happens.
Yeah.
If I get, in the car, maybe my friends come early and I jump in the car, and it's so cool. I love that stuff.
That's kind of the interesting part. Like, you never know, like, who's going to be at a show, who's going to see you perform somewhere, who's going to be at an audition, or even, like, nowadays, who's going to stumble across you on social media. Like, you just never know.
That's right.
Oh.
Yeah, and I always say it. I play golf. I love golf, and I've met some of the greatest people through golf. Just like, I realize it, so I think back, just friends and, not even so much comedy, but, of course, comedy, but it's just, I love it, the way, you never know who you're going to meet and what's going to be. And one thing that people say, they say I'm a nice guy. Now I'm older, I'm getting a little bitter. No.
Little.
I've had it finally. Yeah. No, but they said, you're easy to work with, blah, blah, blah. And they used to have these comedy conventions, regional in New York and stuff. And I remember one person that on a dais, actually, I was sitting in the audience. I was a big club owner, and he goes, "If I had the choice of," and he names a comic, and he names me, Vinnie Mark. So I said, I was like, he goes, "Now they're all three." He goes, "They're all three going to do a great job. I know they're going to." He goes, "So now how do I pick the 3?" He goes, "Vinnie is always on time, early, never late. Doesn't bother wait staff. Is never a problem. I'm going to lean to that guy."
Yeah. Yeah.
So handle your shit off stage is basically what he was saying. Right. And that's why I try to tell these new, don't be a problem. Don't be in the bar, 18 drinks before the show, drunk or after, hitting on the waitresses. And that helps as well as you got to deliver on stage. But so I just was luckily, and I think that was through my hockey upbringing too, just perform, player, you got to be disciplined.
Prompt,
and you can't be late for practice, otherwise you got to do.
Yeah. To laugh,
red line, blue line.
Oh, you're right.
And sprints.
Professionalism really does help.
Yeah,
makes a big difference.
Yeah, that's it. Especially now, because there is a gazillion comedians now.
Yeah.
Gazillion comedians, and how do you stand out? How do you break out from all of this technology now and stuff?
Yeah. Well, that's like part of the reason I wanted to do a podcast was like, one, it's like material I can put out and just kind of it's good for connections, but I also like really love like this kind of stuff. Like I sat down with Travis last week, had a really good conversation about a lot of things. Yeah. I just love that format. So
yeah, we'll get back to your question too. So that's how I got started, and I started working with Bob Nelson as well, because Rosie went off to do Star Search, and we still had our group, but he became hot, started touring, and when I was in it, he knew I did magic, so he said, "Hey, you should put together a show." Blah blah blah. And I was always performing. I had an act, but then I kind of honed it, and so that was fun touring with him.
Yeah. So when did you as far as stand up goes and getting into clubs and stuff? What was that process?
Well, that was just luckily. It was all the process. I was put in a show that was in the #1 comedy club in Long Island already.
Yeah.
So then they see me in the show, and then I started to do my solo show, in different places, and then you just start to, get work that way, and then before you know it, again, then it snowballs into, opening for this one, and working with this one, and
it's pretty cool to be part of an established show like that in these clubs.
That's right. That was big. That was a big deal. As a matter of fact, we didn't know how big it was, and it was a Monday night, and it was packed every Monday night. Then it moved to Wednesdays, packed, sold out every Monday or every Wednesday, and we didn't know how good we had it. We were, I was young. It was 1986. The show had really, blown into and just, it was like you didn't know how good you had it. We really did have a good time. Met a lot of great people. I was just watching the Billy Joel, that documentary thing, and I was thinking I totally forgot. He used to come to the comedy club.
Really?
Yeah. And he was big. Jerry Cooney, the boxer,
Okay, yeah.
He was friends with the owner, Richie Minervini, who was a great guy, great comic, good friend of mine. He's going to be up. He lives in Florida now, but he's still performing.
That's very cool. Yeah. Now, you've performed with a lot of people, too.
Yes.
You want to touch on that?
Yes.
You've been, not name dropping, but you've been talking me through some of the people you've opened for or worked with before. I'm amazed.
Well, not even comics, too. Something like Randy Travis I got to work with, that was great. That was a fun tour. Bill Burr as a comedian, obviously. I'm trying to think of who. Opened for a bunch of people. And then when I was younger, too, opening for different artists. I'm trying to think of people that I can name that, it goes way. I'm going to date and show my age. I opened for Henny Youngman. Henny Youngman, you guys don't even know who that is.
I'm not familiar, no.
No, it's hysterical. He was known as the king of the one-liners. These are old. Remember a TV show called F Troop? No. Larry, this is great. Everyone's going to be Googling this shit now, too. Larry Storch was the guy's name. He was a great I'm just trying to think of, everybody from, who just called me last week out of Dom Irera, comedian Dom Irera.
Okay.
Do you know who that is?
No. I'm new. I'm sorry.
No. Okay. Well, he's a great actor. We just talking to him for a while. To open, who else I opened for that I really enjoyed? Well, actually, I have to say, I think my favorite, and it was the music of the country star, Randy Travis.
Yeah. What was that tour like?
It was great. It was very actually cool. It started in Kingston.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Kingston, at the UPAC Center.
Okay.
Ulster Performing Arts Center.
Interesting.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. And they already reviewed my stuff, because it was a very Christian. His wife at the time was manager, Lib Hatcher. She's very strict. But I remember they were like, just do what you were supposed to do, what you sent in the DVD, and get off, and I did. But it was like I found out afterwards, either I get to go to Atlantic City at Caesars and then on to Pennsylvania and the tour, or do I go home? So it was a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
But I walked off. It was great. I knew it was just a great audience. The country crowds are great. And when I got off the stage, this road manager goes, tour manager says, all right, man, we'll see you in AC. You might as well, if you want to head out. I'm like, can I stay and watch the show?
Yeah. Yeah.
So he's like, hey, put some pass on me. I'm sitting in the wings, watch.
Yeah.
But I have a great picture. I got to dig it out of the back of the UPAC Center. It's Randy's tour bus, the band's tour bus, and my little Saturn.
Yeah.
and the stage door.
Yeah.
My little.
That's funny.
It's a great picture.
He comes through upstate New York quite a bit. He does.
Yeah.
I feel like he does quite a bit up there. This way.
Now he does. Yeah, they're doing it. He's very sick. They're doing a revival thing with a trip. He has a singer singing. He's on. I don't know how I feel about that.
I had heard, I think from another podcast actually, that he had wrote a bunch of songs but wasn't able to sing them.
Yeah, AI.
Yeah, he was having AI sing for it.
Yeah.
It's kind of a neat, to get the new songs like in his voice.
Yes, it's amazing.
Yeah,
people have mixed feelings about that. I loved it because it was, it basically, gets to say, wow, if he could still sing, this is what we would be listening to.
Yeah, and it's truly like it's his music. Like he wrote that. And
yes.
Stuff, so
That's
super cool.
He really is it's a great story, and
How long was that tour that you did with him?
3 months.
Okay. So it wasn't forever and ever.
Forever and ever and ever. As long as old man. Yeah, no.
Oh, where's the... There we go. I'm happy I hit the right button for that.
Slipped one up. That was good. Yeah, no, it was good. But, yeah.
That's cool.
That was
So were you ever like in the open mic scene for comedy?
Again, no. I was very lucky because, again, I started when the wave of comedy was mine was all timing too. I lived in Massapequa. There was a nightclub before the East Side Comedy Club called Richard M. Dixon's White House Inn. It was considered basically like he had a variety show every Friday. I think it was Friday, Saturday night for sure. And you only had like 7-10 minutes, and he had singers. It was kind of like Catch a Rising Star in New York City type of thing. Singers, comedians, everything, piano players, band, music. And that's where all of us met. They all worked there. Eddie Murphy worked there. All the greats, Seinfeld. And it started there, and you got $5 a show, $5 a show. So that was kind of like I guess as far as the open micer, but it wasn't even we got paid, we were booked.
Yeah.
But there were so many comedians. This is a really funny story. Because I was doing magic shows during the day, for family magic shows. I was a magician. So I'd come in Friday night, and I remember going to the owner one night, and he'd have the list, and I look, and I'm like, I'm 14th out of like 22 acts. And I'm like, I'm going to get out of here late. I got to get up early, do all the show at 3, so I said to him, his name was Richard M. Dixon. He was a Richard M. Nixon lookalike.
Okay.
And that was his hook with the club, so it was great. So I go, Dick. I go, I got a pipe with me. I'm like, I go, I got a show, 3 shows tomorrow. Is there any way I can get moved up, And he looks, he goes, what number are you? It looks like I'm 14, All right, let me see what I can do. Looks, he goes, you're 11B. like he made me, so I didn't even know there was like 11A. So I wasn't even 14.
Oh, wow, yeah.
So there was like a 7A. Yeah. So there was a lot of acts. But yeah, that was probably the only grueling. But those were a lot of fun times. Yeah. And then the East Side Comedy Club opened up, and that's how, I didn't. Cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I love hearing that. I feel like now, like you have to really do a bunch of open mics just to even gain traction. So that's pretty cool to hear.
Yeah, actually that's an interesting thing because there is a lot more open mics, a lot more stage time. But back then, there weren't many places to do that. It was kind of like you went right to work. And from that, I remember there were guys there that aren't around anymore that are but were like, hey, we got a show going on. Vinny, come on with us, and boom, boom. And I'd make $30. That was like, wow, the jackpot.
Yeah.
But because I was living at home and I was a magician doing these kid shows during the day, every Saturday and Sunday I was booked, doing birthday parties.
Okay.
So it was kind of a fun, nightclub, kid shows.
Yeah. I'm sure those shows you were probably working in jokes and stuff.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah, that was, a lot of it was through improvisation and, just accidental things that happened during the show.
That's cool.
Which I loved. We had a comedy bonding thing one day. One guy was into deep sea fishing.
Okay.
Well, I don't know if it was deep sea fishing in ocean, saltwater fishing, which I never did. I love upstate, fresh water, being alone on a stream with a fly rod or whatever. And they're like, hey, you want to go? We're doing a charter boat, all comics. And I'm like, yeah. But I don't like I didn't know if I was going to get seasick, But we went. So that night, I had a show. And we went, by the way, the fishing trip was for bluefish. I never went bluefish fishing. Yeah, anyway, you jig for bluefish, you jig. It's like you drop the pole. It's like boring to me,
Yeah.
And you're elbow to elbow with the guys, but they're all drinking them. So anyway, that night I had a show. So we get back, and I was doing my show. I was doing the straitjacket bit. I get a straitjacket. And a guy went to grab my crotch strap, and he pulled it a couple of times. And I ad-libbed. I go, what are you, jigging for bluefish?
Yeah.
And it got a huge laugh,
Yeah.
And that was just like one of the jokes that wow.
Yeah.
I was like, wow. I didn't, it's just so neat how stuff like that happens.
It's such a good feeling getting a joke that hits.
Well, yeah, especially when I pull it out of like, I'm notorious for that. If I would have taped my shows from the beginning and watched my shows and all the ad libs, forget it.
Mm-hmm. That's
so many things are lost and gone.
Yeah. Well, I record every set. I do.
That's so smart. I didn't do that.
Yeah.
That's why I'm sitting here.
Yeah. And thank you, folks, for watching. No, I'd heard someone say to do that, not for the purpose of like publishing them or anything, but just to rewatch and like critique yourself. And I'm like,
catch yourself. Oh, I did that wrong. I rushed that. I didn't. Yeah.
It's pretty nice.
Yeah, I know. Unfortunately, with just Scott and I, even on stage, we have just such a great chemistry.
Yeah.
I think it was the last night. One night we both happened to look at each other and we both said the same exact thing at the same time, and the audience just laughed. Same exact punchline.
Wow.
And it was wow.
Yeah.
And we laughed at each other. And we just kind of it just was. I love it when stuff like that happens.
Yeah. No, Scott's based out of Long Island.
Long Island, lives in originally Brooklyn.
Okay.
And he lives in Long Island, and he's I think he's still going to stay there. He's kind of teetering with the idea of getting off the island. You know?
Yeah.
It's
moving to upstate.
Moving somewhere. Yeah.
Okay.
With him and I have a few things we're going to work on, but it's kind of easier for me to get out. From here.
Sure. Yeah.
Albany Airport, great. And him. As a matter of fact, we were talking last night about a couple of gigs and things, and there was a thing we're trying to tie in for this woman, a young kid. She has a young kid who's sick, and they want us to do a Friday night. We're going to do a fundraiser for her, and it sounds like it's going to happen. He's like, okay. He's like, see if we can get in on Thursday night. He goes, I don't mind, because he doesn't want to. Friday traffic is just brutal to get off the island.
Yeah.
I said, yeah, we'll do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, Long Island is. I wound up here 25 years ago, and that was one of the prime reasons too. I left. I just could not stand the traffic.
Now you moved up here with Jody when you guys.
Yes. Yep. Moved up here in 2001. Real easy. I was doing a lot of cruise ships. We can talk about that. Did a ton of ships, and I left my house and missed my plane, and I left Long Island, my house, 4:30 in the morning for an 8 o'clock flight.
Yeah.
And I'm a half an hour from the airport.
Oh.
And I missed the plane.
Wow.
That's because traffic is just. So I just said, I called her up when I said, that's it. I'm done. We had a summer comedy club up here anyway, and we were thinking about looking for a summer seasonal place.
Sure.
Because we've been renting every summer and doing the shows and then leave. So let's just buy something for the summer. And then I said, you know what? Let's go full time up there, sell the house in Long Island. But it was really the traffic that just, I was sick of it.
Albany can get bad, but probably not nearly as bad as
and
you're gonna make it to the airport.
Yeah,
still.
What's so funny about that? All my friends and people are like, why are you moving up to upstate? Why would you leave Long Island? Why would you leave? And now they're all like, we want to get out of here.
Yeah. You set the example for everybody.
Yeah, well, even years ago, they're like, keep an eye out if you see a house.
Yeah. Now it's kind of interesting how we met. I think.
Yeah. How did we meet? I forget.
Through Travis.
What's your name?
Okay. I know. Have a good night. No, okay. Wait.
Yes.
Nope.
Cricket. Yes.
I gotta learn the rest of them.
Right. Travis Howe. Right. Beautiful man.
Yeah, he was my supervisor. He's booked you before, and I don't remember how you guys officially met.
Probably he saw me probably at one of the fundraisers I did or something, or one of the firehouse things, or an EMS thing, maybe something I did. But then I used to go up every year and do the conference.
Yeah.
Lake Placid.
Yeah. Which that was super fun. That was a beautiful conference.
Those are great.
Yeah.
Those are fun.
But yeah, I told him that I was getting into open mics and stuff, and he's like, I got to connect you with Vinny at some point.
Yes.
So we set up for lunch at Holiday Inn over there and talked for a while. Yep. Which was super great. You had some really good advice for me.
I don't remember what I said.
Me neither, actually. Maybe it wasn't that good. No, okay. No, it was good. And then I knew I wanted to book you on some shows, so we got connected with a family show, and and that was super cool. But
yeah. It's I like helping people. I mean, it's if someone has an interest in something, and you seem to. And Travis said, and even if I don't know where you're at, comedy, I don't follow your stuff. I mean, I don't follow your performances.
Yeah.
But it seems like you're also going in the producing end of things too, which is a good idea.
Yeah. Well, a lot of the advice I'd heard from people was you kind of have to create your own opportunities.
Yeah.
So that's, again, part of the reason for the podcast.
Yeah.
And then part of the reason, I want to put on my own shows so I can get stage time and meet people.
Yes.
And just like learn how to put on a good show. Like I think that's
right. Well, that's the key.
Yeah.
A lot of people, it's like, look what happens to restaurants when they serve shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
They close. Or the reputation, the word gets out. I had an okay. How was the food? It was all right. You want to give them, wow, you got to go there.
Right. Right.
That was good. And that's what I like. So I always tell people, and don't, we talked about this the other night too. It came up. I don't like when comics put themselves on or take a show, and this is a controversial thing me and my friend were talking about, take a show that they're not right for.
Mm-hmm.
So right away, people are like, well, what do you mean? You never take a show? No. I mean, if someone says to me, hey, I'm looking for a comic that can play guitar and do music and like do song parodies, I don't go out and buy a guitar and try to learn a guitar.
Right.
I get the comic for them and or say, hey, talk to this guy.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people I've seen, you see posts on Facebook, oh, I just got booked for a Christmas party. And they're newbies too. Right. These are like newer comic. And they want me to do like 45 minutes to an hour clean. Well, I only have 20 minutes, and I don't know what I'm going to do. Well, first of all, Christmas parties are hard for everyone. They're hard for me.
Yeah.
Because why? People want to talk and drink, and they haven't seen each other. I get that. They don't really want to listen to it. I mean, they'll watch you, but especially if the CEO gets up there. But why would you take a show that you're not even ready for?
Yeah.
And that's one of my pet peeves. Then they go in and do it anyway. They ruin it. And guess what the company says? We're never having another comedian again.
That's actually part of the original advice you gave me
when
we met for lunch. You were like, don't. You said like there's shows where like especially newer comics who just don't have the experience kind of ruin the taste of comedy for other people because it's just not a good
it's a bad experience.
Show. Yeah,
it's a bad experience for the audience, and then they don't know. I mean, now people they know because of the internet in a way that's. Wow. Okay, if we're going to pay $57 or $87 for a ticket to see Maniscalco, we're going to get a good show.
Right.
Yeah. But if we're just going to the comedy club and it's on a Thursday night and it says live, all right, we're not going to maybe we'll get lucky and it'll be a couple of So and you're only paying whatever it is, $10, $12, $20.
Right. Well, that's part of it. Like so when I started producing shows, I was like, okay, I want to get like quality headliners for sure, like people that are like experienced comedians to
you have to
show.
Put
and
out
then get some newer people to like maybe open or or like I'll host and do like 5 minutes up front and then I get the hell off stage.
You did it right the other right. I mean, exactly. And when you're in a groove, I always tell people, if you're rolling, having fun, the audience having fun, then you can stay up there, but don't if it's not happening, bail and bring up the next guy.
Yeah.
And then see what happens from there. But I don't know. I have a different outlook because I'm still in the past. I don't understand, this new, and it's from what the old time comedy and what's happening now. I'm still trying to get a grip on it. I'm trying to focus on it all.
Sure.
We're doing a lot of resorts. I do corporates. We do theaters. So I'm not doing we're doing some comedy clubs, but it's a different breed now.
Sure.
There's a new younger generation coming in. And,
I'm sure it looks a lot different.
Oh, yeah, it is different, yeah. Oh. But there's one thing we all know, that the audiences want to laugh.
Right.
They want to be entertained. They want to, and you don't want to have to talk about controversial stuff and, try, split your audience. Keep it fun. They're actually probably there to forget about all the crap that's going on.
Yeah. We had Ray Harrington came up for the Firehouse show in June.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd not met him. I'd actually booked someone else, and then they had to back out last minute.
Right.
So I got a hold of him, and he happened to be like coming through the area after another show. So I was like, I'd love to book you.
Mm-hmm.
And he came up. I didn't know what to expect, really. The Firehouse, it was kind of hard because I opened up, and then Patrick Smith, who I think you met at the family show, he did 20 minutes, and another comic, Craig Nessler. And they did good, but we didn't really break the audience. You didn't see that kind of relaxation, like people really start to let loose until Ray went up. He started doing crowd work and just like working with the audience, and he really, really did a good job. Oh.
On that note, before I forget, hold your thought. That's the most important part of it. You have the toughest job if you're going to be emceeing or hosting the show, because you got to set the tone and loosen the crowd. I always tell people, like, because they always, even back in the day, it was an MC, a feature or opening, and then the headliner. And the headliner would make all the money. A lot of money. Feature would be paid well, and the MC wouldn't get. I go, the MC should get more money. There's a few clubs out there that paid the MC more than the feature.
Sure.
The second spot's the easy spot. The hardest spot on the show is the first guy going up because he's got to loosen up the crowd and, get them going.
Yeah. Kind of give him permission to laugh almost,
Well, yeah, what are we in for tonight,
Yeah.
And, sometimes I get ticked when I hit the stage because there's like 2 or 3 guys before you that suck, and it's like the audience has got their arms folded, and they're like, is this another,
Yeah, yeah. All right. We're back. This will be my cup. It's like I've got to record, like, match up the audio from here with the video from there, and it's a pain in the ass trying to get it lined up. Exactly right. Sure.
Okay.
All right.
Places.
Let's get into it.
You were going to ask me.
Yeah, just to talk about Jody and, like, kind of the story there.
Yeah.
One, how you guys met, and she was a comedian too, so
yeah.
I'd love to hear about that, and then just kind of just illness and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. I was lucky enough to be married to one of the greatest. She was really, truly a great comedian. Jody Weiner, I met in, I don't even know, 1993, 92. I don't know. Yeah. But, boy, we'll talk about her career and stuff, but real quick. But, yeah, I met her. She was up from Florida. She was originally a Long Island girl, working around, and she was living in Florida then and doing gigs, and she was up at an agent's office up in New York, and I was picking up a check at an agent's office in New York, and she happened to come in, and the agent goes, he goes, hey, this is Vinny, he knows everybody, hook up, talk to him, but she was a Jewish girl, and I'm not Jewish, and the agent was Jewish. He's an old man, King Broder was name. He goes, but don't be thinking you're taking her out. She's going to marry a nice Jewish boy who's going to put a diamond in her pupik, which is her belly button, So, and anyway, that's what he said. So I'm like, okay. So we go outside, and we exchange numbers. That's it. And I think I liked her immediately, And then I said to King, I don't know what she does, to the agent. I said, put me on a show with her. He goes, okay. So I call her up, too, before that. It put me on a show with her about 2 weeks away. So I call her up about a week later and say, hey, we're going to be working together, and why don't we go out to dinner? And she's like, I don't go out with comedians. I go, what do you mean? She goes, I don't date comedians, just so you know. She laid it right out there.
Interesting.
Yeah, they're all bust outs. And I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
So I go, okay. So we go do the show that night. I open. She was a headliner. She blows the room away. But anyway, when I got off stage, I did my show. I got off stage. The MC was up there doing a few minutes. She whispers to me, hey, we can go out to dinner. I go, I thought you don't date comedians. She goes, I just saw your show. You're not a comedian. That was great.
Wait. There you
go. That was great. Bill told that story. Bill Burr told that story at the eulogy. He goes, that's his favorite story about us. Yeah. Anyway, so, and that was it. We were together for 30 years.
Wow. Yeah.
And unfortunately, 15 years in, I guess, she got diagnosed with esophageal cancer. But she beat it. Unbeatable cancer.
Yeah.
We're at Sloan Kettering. They said, you got 3 months to live.
Wow.
Get your affairs in order, and boom, I'm like, and she beat it.
Wow.
And then she gets breast cancer, which was handleable, and then she got esophageal cancer again and beat it.
Wow.
Twice. So we're like, but it was a wicked battle. I mean, then
that's truly remarkable.
Remarkable, unbelievable.
Yeah. Wow.
Unbelievable. She was what really had the fight of unbelievable. And that's why she was so great on stage. But then she got a thing called Progressive Supranuclear Palsy. It's called PSP. A lot of people haven't heard of it. They're learning about it. PSP is a neurological disease and often misdiagnosed as Parkinson's, but it's not Parkinson's.
Okay.
Linda Ronstadt has PSP right now. If you remember years ago, they diagnosed her with Parkinson's, not Parkinson's. And terrible disease. The brain doesn't produce dopamine. You lose movement. All control of your movement of your muscles, and that's it. And she unfortunately, I kept her home the whole time, took care of her in 5 years of that. Yeah. But she was, if she was alive and was doing what she was doing back then, she was ahead of her time. She'd be rocking it. She'd be right up there with.
Yeah.
She was great. Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan, you've heard of him.
Yeah.
He loved her even back in he used to have her open for her when he was in the comedy clubs.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, she was a wonderful. The female comics, I know they're not going to, they weren't a fan of hers because she was so great. She was painfully honest.
It was a competition.
Yeah, competition. Oh yeah. I mean, we could really hear some terrible stories about, but I won't. But I mean, yeah, no one. I don't think. I mean, they weren't too disappointed when they heard she was sick 16 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah, that's how brutal the business is.
Really?
Oh yeah. Wow. And you think I'm just saying that and maybe putting that out there, but now you would need proof, right? People like proof. Back up your statement. So she gets diagnosed with cancer, esophageal cancer. She was already doing lots of theaters in the region. One of the theaters owners, who loved her very much, said he was contacted by a couple of the women comics that Jody used to work with, thinking, oh, they want to do a fundraiser for her. No, they just wanted to do her theater. And he called me very angry. It was because he told them off. Those bitches, he said. The body is still warm. Yeah. He said. I mean, that's. Yeah. So I went, well, yeah, I know. I mean, then there was no, it was a handful that, I mean, with all the girls that she gave a lot of work, she was a big advocate for female help. Yeah. Did a thing called Ladies Let Loose. A handful of the girls reached out to me. Handful. To say, sorry, can I help? But no.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Interesting.
Interesting. But true.
Yeah.
If we put this out there, which I hope you watch the blowback and watch the bullshit and watch how they spin that story. That's the truth.
Yeah.
She got sick. They were jumping on the bed. They won't admit it.
Yeah.
But the proof is, why did you contact the theaters and go, we're ready to do these. We'll continue doing these.
Yeah. For self-gain. Yeah.
For self-gain. Yeah.
Yeah.
There were people that did lots of fundraisers for her,
Yeah.
Friends of mine, friends of hers. And helped us get through a really tough time. I mean,
yeah,
I couldn't do it again. I don't think.
Yeah,
no way.
Yeah. Now it was 5 years. You guys were
16 total.
16 total with the PSP or the cancer and PSP.
No, 5 years. I think we didn't know she had PSP because the cancer was 16 years ago. Then she had cancer, and then PSP. But the last 5 years was PSP, but we didn't know it until the last 3. So she had it for 2 years. She was falling a lot. That's the other thing with PSP. You fall backwards. And we thought maybe it was, whatever. We didn't know what it was. And she broke a femur. It was really horrible.
Yeah.
She was laid up and non-weight bearing for 6 months. And and it was all because of the PSP.
Yeah. Now, did they misdiagnose her as Parkinson's?
No.
At first? Or
they didn't know what it was. This is another, again, I sound like Donald Trump. People don't like to talk about this. Yeah. No, but what happened was when she had knee replacements done and she was still falling a little bit. And even the PT people, when we were taking a PT, she fell off the bicycle. And, the owner was like, oh, she's not working hard enough. And I'm like, there's something wrong here.
Right, right.
And, he blew it off. We had home PT when she broke a femur because she broke a femur and was doing that. And the PT guy who just decided, and I always give him credit, man, he's awesome, Andrew, give him credit because he said, do you mind if I do some kind of test? And he took a pencil and he was looking at her eyes because your eyes are the first thing that when you have PSP. So he does this thing with the pencil, and he goes, see, her eyes are drooping. He goes, because your eye muscles, the muscles of your eyes, and they look down. That's why people fall back. So if I'm looking down and we're standing, let's say, so in order for me to look you in the eye, I got to tilt back. And when you correct that, you automatically, but it's such a subtle thing.
Yeah.
You fall backwards. You're like, why did I just fall backwards? Well, because you don't realize you're looking down at your shoes to make me look at your face. I got to tilt my whole, and boom, I go back.
Wow.
So he said, look into this thing. There's a rare, and he did his homework. PSP, it's called. He says, look into it. And then I had it tested, and that's what it was.
Wow. Interesting.
So he, not the doctors, not the, PT people that are just looking to get you in and out they were just making excuses. Oh, she's not putting in the work, so.
Yeah. Yeah, that does seem to be a pretty rare condition.
It's a rare condition. People are going to hear more about it. There should be a cure for it eventually, I'm told. I talked to the head of neurology in South Carolina, really pretty high up guy up there, and he said they should. He goes, but he told me when I was going through it, because we were at a Super Bowl party down there, and she was there, and he was at the party. He said to me, you know, just it's going to be, you know, it's not going to be much longer, basically. You know, to a degree, he could see, he knows. He says, you know, anyway.
Yeah. Are there many treatment options as of right now for that, or
no? They give you the levodopa thing. I guess call it levodopa. I'm not saying it right. It's a medicine that gives you like 3 months to be able to use your arms a little bit, but then you eventually lose, you know, all control of everything. And it's not a shaking, trembling thing.
Sure.
It's just everything just stops. The first thing are the eyes. So that's why I always tell people, when people, oh, my father, I think he's getting Parkinson's, or he got just. I go, was he falling? And if they say yes. I asked the key question, forward or backwards?
Yeah.
If it's backwards, it's not Parkinson's, it's PSP. Not that that's going to help, but at least
something to look out for.
Yeah. And, But the esophageal cancer was amazing. I mean, to beat that twice, I really was amazed. I learned so much about that.
So you went through radiation and things for that?
Radiation, she did the aggressive and then, the second one was amazing. When she had it again, it was in the wall of the esophagus. So they go in. They did it at actually St. John. Was it in Albany there? St.
Peter's?
St. Peter's, yeah.
Peter's, yeah.
And during COVID, I'm sitting in the parking garage for 5-6 hours. But anyway, they go in down in there, and they go into the wall of the esophagus. They make a bubble, and they put like a saline or whatever. They blow a bubble in the wall. Then they go in the bubble, take out the cancer, and then close the
Interesting.
It was only like 3 or 4 teams at the time.
Wow.
That can do that.
Yeah.
And they did it, and it was amazing, and
Incredible.
It worked.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that was like, it had nothing to do with the first one. And people that have acid reflux, I will tell you, if you have acid reflux, get an endoscopy, because this is a wild statistic, but a high percentage of people that get esophageal cancer had suffered from acid reflux for years.
Wow. Yeah.
And what it is, you know, I have it, you know, hiatal hernia thing. Your stomach acid comes up a little, and it wears away. It does something to the lining of the esophagus at the junction of the stomach.
Sure.
And then what happens is it gets somehow vulnerable to cancer cells.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I get acid reflux, so it's good to know.
Well, yeah. I mean, you're young, but still, it doesn't matter. You should really get scoped. It's like, geez, we get colonoscopies every 5 years. Well, you're young. You don't have to do it. Well, now they're saying that they moved up the date to 40 years.
Yeah.
I'm probably the only guy that loves colonoscopies. I look forward to them.
Makes you feel like $1 million afterwards.
I love it. I don't know why. Me and my friends, they say, you're nuts. I go, I like the whole prep thing. And then, I don't know. It's so weird. Can't believe I'm saying that. But I actually said a couple of weeks ago to Scott, I said, I think it was because of all the shit I was going through with Jody. I think that was like my only good rest, like because they put you out.
Sure.
And I was like, maybe I think that's really what it might have been.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Did they give you like propofol or what? Do you know what the medication
they
was?
knocked me out. All I know is I drank stuff, you know, emptied my system, cleared out, it was good. But I just loved going there, getting knocked out, and waking up, and it was like a good sleep. I never got to sleep. I was taking care of it 24/7.
Yeah.
It was brutal.
Yeah. Probably 5 pounds lighter after you drink that.
Oh, yeah.
The liquid to clean you out, too.
Definitely. Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it's, you know, people ask me, how did I do it? You know, stay with her for so long, you know, through all of that, like not, because near the end, it's very hard. She couldn't move.
Sure. Yeah.
And I didn't stick her in hang on.
You're good.
I didn't stick her in a rehab center, which is another thing I'm passionate about. I think they need to really up their game. The nursing home and rehab centers are in really bad shape.
Sure. Yeah. I can agree with that.
Yeah, well, that's another thing people don't like to talk about, you know, and it's like, I get myself in trouble all the time. I mean, when I talk in a crowd of people or at a party, because 6 people just stuck their parents in there, you know.
Yeah.
They're horrible. They're understaffed. They're overworked.
Yeah.
I get it. But in this country and this, you know, they got to figure it out.
It is. I mean, I respond to a lot of nursing homes as part of being a paramedic.
Sure.
I mean, you see that all the time. And it's
neglect.
Yeah.
It's neglect. There's no other way. And I worked in one for 5 years.
Did you?
Accidentally, yeah.
Accidentally?
Yeah, I was doing shows, and I was in activities.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And I kind of so when I was at home, I worked. It was part-time type of thing, and very rewarding. Loved it because I got a lot of people that were shut-ins in their rooms out.
Sure. Oh yeah.
And doing stuff. I learned how to see. This is how God works too. I learned how to do the van and do the lift and do all and strap them in and everything. Little did I realize I was going to be doing that with Jody years later.
Yeah.
So
wow.
Yeah. So, but what I did learn was, you got to be a special type of person to work in one of those places. They need to up the pay because that's how I guess maybe you're going to get, unfortunately, the people.
Right.
But really, if you're doing it for the money, you shouldn't be there anyway.
Right. Yeah. You're not
gonna. It's just you can't pay you enough money to do that. It's just people are. I mean, it sounds cruel, but I feel like these people got, the dementia thing is a whole nother thing. The dementia unit's tough. That I get. But some people, there was a couple of residents in there that accidentally took their diabetes medicine, insulin, twice. And the kids, when I say kids, that means there's 3 or 4 of them that will just threw them right in the nursing home.
Yeah, yeah.
And because he was like, it's like me and you talking right now. I'm like, why are you in here?
Right.
And I'm not allowed to ask that, but I did. And he was like, I took my once. Oh, you mean you screwed up once and your kids kicked you to the curb?
Right.
So
that's the tough thing. I try to reassure my patients, because a lot of them, when we get called, it's the staff that's calling for them.
Yep.
They feel like they're forced to go to the hospital or they have to do whatever we say. And I'm like, no, as long as you're of sound mind, you make your own medical decisions. I'm not forcing you to do anything. You're still in charge of you.
Yeah.
And I want to make sure they know they have their independence still.
Of course. It's a dignity thing too.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. It's, I tried to rally the troops, as I say, the employees there, but I wasn't because I did on my own. I got, I was very involved because, that's me. That's what I do.
Sure.
I love, helping and, because you're in a health care facility, you got to at least care.
Yeah.
but I try to tell people, this is kind of like their last party, their last hurrah. They've already been kind of kicked to the curb by their family to a degree, or denied. Now they got to get it here. Otherwise, So let's give them a little bit of So
yeah. There's other cultures out there that do a lot better job of taking care of their elderly.
I heard about that.
Here, or I mean, I think Japan was one.
Yes, the mountain.
Yeah,
is that the one? The mountain,
something like that. Yeah, I think there's documentaries on it and all kinds of stuff.
Someone told me about that. There's a book I have to read or
yeah.
Where they send you to the mountain.
Yeah,
and they take care of you, and then you're done.
Yeah, maintain your dignity. You're you still have independence as best you can. And
someone was telling me that. Yeah,
yeah,
it's, yeah.
My parents always joke with me. My parents told me, sat me and my sister down. It's like, all right, Caleb, you're going to be in charge. If we die, you're going to be in charge. I'm like, cool. I don't know if I feel honored. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't want to think about it. They got lots of life still, but
lots of time. Yeah.
That's their one thing. Is I don't want to be put in a nursing home. I don't blame you at all.
That's last resort, and I always tell people, and that's a whole nother show. But really, just. I tell them, if you have, if there's 3 kids, 3 sibling, kids, and they're have their lives, I get it, but figure it out,
Right. Yeah.
Just use that. Don't put them in there, and, they say, yeah, we had to put mom and me and my 3 brothers couldn't figure it out.
Yeah. I'm
like, what do you mean? Because I think I know what you mean. That means you wouldn't be able to maybe go to every hockey game.
Yeah.
You might have to be late for a thing, and you don't want to. Here's the key word: sacrifice.
Right.
That's coming from me. That's what I did for 16 years. And
yeah.
I think and it's different. But your parents took care of you, man. You were a little baby.
Yeah.
And right through. So gotta keep them home. They don't. Yeah. I heard a lot of sad stories.
Yeah. I know you've touched on it before, like the sacrifices you had to make, especially with Jody during PSP. What did that look like for you? I mean, you weren't doing comedy as frequently, or?
Yeah, I was getting out for my own sanity. I think I was be able to break away a little bit just to perform. I brought in some, we had Care come in, help when I would go out.
Yeah.
And she didn't like that. I mean, she got used to it, obviously. But, because it's very, but yeah, what was the question?
What was the sacrifices you made? I mean, during that time, just
everything.
A lot.
Yeah, I sacrificed everything.
Yeah.
I mean, I couldn't do this.
Yeah. Yeah.
and people, couldn't just get up and go out and have a slice of pizza, or something as simple as that without, having coverage for her.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
At the end, last 3 years was tough.
Yeah.
But I would take her. I got a van with a lift, which was really cool.
Yeah.
And we went and we would go to South Carolina for the winter months. Got her out of here in the winter. It was great.
It's a good idea.
But yeah, and work down there a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But it's really, really, you got to sacrifice.
Yeah.
And it's just you got to shift your life. That's what it is. It's a shift, and people don't like to do that change.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the thing where I'm a bad guy to talk about that. There was someone had called me. Said, his wife has got a brain thing, and he's going to be putting her. She's just it's like just in the beginning of it,
mm-hmm.
and he wants you to talk to him. And I go, about what? He goes, well, he's going to put her in a nursing home. I go, well, you don't want me talking to her.
Yeah,
him. I mean,
mm-hmm.
I'm the last guy.
Yeah,
because I'm going to tell him, you stick it out and work, and
right.
And then you'll know when it's, and then you bring in your hospice. That's what I brought in hospice on Thursday. Jody was gone that Sunday.
Wow.
So that was, I realize in hindsight, I could have probably brought them in sooner. They're great. Hospice is amazing.
Yeah.
I didn't realize. I didn't even know what it was. We did shows for them. I didn't know. It was just a word to me.
Yeah.
I didn't understand the amazing thing that hospice does.
That's, I get to work with some hospice patients, of course.
Yeah.
Not that frequently though. I mean, they tend to have their shit figured out, like, and then they know, they're just so accustomed to like the end of life process, and they're just so great. Like the nurses that I've worked with that are in hospice.
Beautiful.
Yeah. And I mean, it's obviously sad. Like that process, but it is also beautiful at the same time. Like you're, very vulnerable, very personable moments, and those hospice nurses and doctors do amazing work.
Amazing,
it's incredible,
unbelievable. Yeah, I'm so glad that I got to figure it out. Unfortunately, it was in reverse. I didn't know what it was when we were doing fundraisers and things. We used to do it for the hospice workers. I think it was really cool, and then I found out at the end how magical and whatever it is they do. It's just,
crazy work. Yeah. Not crazy work, but
just
crazy to think about.
Yeah, and you have to be a certain type of
what's one thing you would want people to know about like PSP? I mean, you talked about like kind of recognizing it as a huge deal.
I want to be more. I want to be. I think I'm almost ready to now be in. Because I wanted to step away from it a little bit, but I want to be involved in PSP awareness more. Yeah, just everything and anything. Everything's on the internet now. Google it, read about it, find out about it. And eventually there will be a cure, I'm sure. But at least you'll know the early signs, because I think it's misdiagnosed a lot. More and more. You know. I mean, I think I want people to just educate themselves about it. And there were doctors that didn't know. Like, Jody used to get, because she had her endoscopy every year because of the cancer. So when I called the gastro guy, and I just said, hey, she just was diagnosed with PSP, and she has an appointment, coming up. And he goes, listen, I'm going to let's close the folder on this, because he goes, God forbid, even if I find something, I'm not going to put her on it. He was real, cool about it, but at the same point, but he didn't know what it was. So when I said PSP, he went, what is that? Yeah. He went, hang on a second. I heard him hitting the keyboard, and he's reading, and goes, oh, okay. But he didn't know what about it. Yeah.
My first time hearing about it was
at lunch. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You can go through at a hospital and ask certain nurses and doctors too that they're just not, they're learning about it. It's a neurological situation that, I think the guy in South Carolina said it comes from, and they think it comes from a virus in the stomach that somehow, I think they said it, and that's why they think they're going to get a cure for it.
Sure. If
they can, get it before it.
Probably a lot of research that needs to be done on it.
They're doing. I'm sure as we speak, they're figuring it out. But that's why when I heard about who was that actor? Caddyshack. I'm drawing a blank.
You mentioned her earlier, I think.
Yeah. No, the guy.
Oh, guy.
Chevy Chase. When I hear about him, Chevy Chase doing He's sick now. He's got like a little bit, something going on there, and there's a couple other people that just I was wondering if it was like anything to do with that, but it sounds like it's paralleling disease, but different.
Interesting. Are there any like organizations out there that kind of focus on PSP?
Yeah, well, what's his Michael J. Fox's foundation is kind of like now it's just starting to, because they're just finding out. They kind of help, even though that's Parkinson's. Yeah. But they realize, so they have because I was told to contact them and talk to them.
Yeah. So they're kind of branching out into that too.
Yeah. Well, they realize it's all connected, and even though it's different, Sure. So yeah.
Yeah. Oh, good.
Yeah.
I'm glad there's more research being done about it.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, what we really be glad about is when they go and they have the magic pill or whatever, and the shot, whatever that makes it go away. And or I don't know. I think they're gonna be able to cure that. It's going to be one of these things like, hopefully I'll be around to see it, but where it'd be like, I remember when Jody had it, and I wish, it's like people talk about the flu or 100 years ago, people would die from certain things, and or whatever.
No, I never met Jody personally. I've met a few people that
you missed out.
I did because the people that I've met that knew Jody was like, she was an amazing woman, incredibly funny. Yes. So kind.
Yes.
What do you want people to know about Jody?
Oh, just what you actually. She was super generous, painfully honest. You always knew where you stood with her, which, nowadays and even is like, wow, what a great way to be. You didn't like it all the time. People, she didn't get along with certain people, but super generous and super loving. They talked about it, I think in one of the ads, the articles that they wrote about it was in Las Vegas, and a woman had said, "You were so great, I enjoyed you," and meeting her after the show, and I was there. She says, "I loved your blouse on stage, and the way she had just like a nice looking thing on it." She goes, "Hang on a second." She runs in, she comes out in a sweatshirt, a Riviera sweatshirt, and she had the blouse on the hanger. She says, "You'll have to draw." She gave it to the woman.
Oh, wow.
And the woman never forgot that. It was like, but super generous. Yeah. Cool. And she did stuff that I didn't even know about. I'm sure, we all help people. We pay it forward or whatever. But, helping people, helping. Generous, animal lover, loves dogs. And, but yeah, that's it. But yeah, painfully honest.
Which is a kind of a rare trait nowadays. You don't see many people
you can't. Oh yeah, she in this climate she would have definitely been, but she didn't argue with people too much as far as that goes. I mean, she would just tell you the way it is, and I always gave her credit. I think she would walk away from a gig, like not walk away after being booked, if it wasn't if it didn't work out, it was too much travel, whatever, and too much of it. She's like, "Nah, I'm not doing it. It's not enough money in it for me." And
sure.
And I'd be like, "What do you mean? We're not doing it."
Yeah.
But we had a bonus because we worked together a lot, so it was.
Oh, good. Yeah. I was going to ask if you guys did shows together.
Not on stage, not like a Scott and I thing.
Sure.
But we were not always, but we were put on shows together a lot.
Okay. Yeah. Nice.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, in the Borgata in Atlantic City, where she was, and I worked there too. But one of the first times we worked there, she got there, booked there first, and I was in the green room hanging out, and the entertainment director knew me, and he said, "Hey," he goes, "how about next time I bring her back, I'll put you two on the show together." So I just, again, through the improv, I go, "Why? What did I do?"
Yeah.
You're like kidding around, like I'm being punished,
Yeah. That's funny.
And so afterwards, he calls me, he goes, "Hey, do you not want to work with on the same show?" I go, "No, I was kidding. Of course I do. We'd drive down together."
Yeah.
And they gave us 2 rooms.
Oh, there you go.
2 suites. So we would always have a friend come down or her sister, and they got to use the suite.
That's cool.
Yeah, it was great. We had a good time.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Now, am I correct in saying you just got engaged?
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Yep. Got a lovely gal.
Yeah.
Yep. She's great. Cassie's awesome. We met in a unique way, but it was just her fiance had passed away, and then Jody had passed away after that, and then we didn't know each other.
Yeah.
And we got engaged April.
Oh,
but we only announced it.
Yeah, I saw her post about it. I think last week or something like that. So I was super excited for you guys. Yeah.
Yeah, it's was like a surprise. You never know how life's gonna,
Yeah.
Really cool.
Yeah.
She's deaf, by the way. She has cochlear implants, but so she's teaching me sign language. Which, I got to start to include in my show, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, which you wouldn't tell. Like I met her the first time I think at the bowling alley show. I think you guys came up there and you had mentioned something before, but I was like, I wouldn't be able to tell.
No, yeah, you can't tell. Yeah, but, it's amazing.
Yeah,
she's really yeah. And she never used to go to comedy shows too, which was funny. Didn't go because it's hard for her to follow it. And then I got hired by her to do a HLA, Hearing Loss Association of America. She was the president of the regional one up here, and we did the Queensberry Hotel.
Oh, yeah.
And that's where first time we met.
Okay. Very cool.
And I did a room full of, people of hearing impaired, and the screens and the interpreter. And so it's like, she kept saying to me, you just got to talk slow.
Sure.
I'm like, okay. Because I did, you tend to talk fast sometimes, especially in New York. But yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. That's a cool venue too, the Queensberry Hotel. It's a neat place to do comedy.
Yeah, I love it there. I have a cool story about that place. Back in 1992 or 4, I did a show. We did shows there when I was still living in Long Island. We produced shows there.
Yeah.
Just for, I think, 1 or 2 weekends. And it was great. It was fun.
Yeah.
The Queensberry, Glens Falls, this whole area, they support comedy.
Yeah.
They really do.
They do. I've got a show coming up on Halloween at Charles R. Wood Theater, in Glens Falls, and they're super supportive. They were very excited to bring in comedy. There's quite a few shows kind of coming up this way, so that was really neat.
Yeah. They're
excited about that.
I'm actually doing a Halloween show in Utica area, Maynard Fire Department.
Are you? Nice.
Yeah, they're doing a family thing.
Okay. Yeah.
So they just called me and said, "Well, you want to?" It's like from 7 to 8 or whatever. It's just kind of a cool idea. They take the kids and the families all go trick-or-treating, I guess, obviously, and then they all go to firehouse, food, and a show.
Yeah, which is a great idea.
Great idea.
Mine's just for adults.
Yeah,
it's gonna be an adult show.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of like a post-trick-or-treat thing.
Yeah, right. Where is it again, you said? In
Charles R. Wood Theater.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Okay.
which they're phenomenal. I got to give a shout out to them.
Are you producing that?
Yeah.
Oh, good for you.
I reached out to them because I was like, I want to keep like bringing in like headliners to this area.
Yes.
Put on like
Smart.
high quality shows.
Very smart.
And do it at good venues. And
correct.
I went in and did a tour of their place, and they've got the main theater, which I want to say is like 300-400 seat.
Yep, 325.
theater.
I think that's maybe more. Yeah.
Yeah, and then they've got the cabaret room too.
It's cool. I've seen both shows in both. I've done shows in both, and
good. Yeah.
I love both rooms. Are great.
Well, we're doing it in the cabaret room.
That's a great
kind
room.
of a place to start off.
Perfect.
And just kind of gauge it. So super excited about that. It'll be like a excuse for adults to dress up.
Yeah,
come out
and you're gonna have a Halloween costume
theme.
party.
Yep. It's
I mean, not a party, but a contest maybe.
Yep.
And have a good prize, so that'll also get people into that.
I'm hoping to get some door prizes from some of the bars in the area, like people can go out and drink afterwards.
Right.
Gift card or something, but it's a secret lineup, kind of playing into the Halloween theme, like secret lineup.
Right.
All the comics are coming dressed up as something, so we'll kind of play off that a little bit. But,
Right.
Hopefully that goes well. I've not seen a show like that before, so kind of hoping that.
Yeah.
If you need to take it, go ahead.
No, I'm good. It's just
we can.
Friend of mine.
We're going on an hour 40.
Wow, look at us. We have enough. Do we have enough? Let's do one more key question.
Yeah.
I guess. What do you think?
What's so you've given me a lot of advice starting off
yes,
in the
I love
comedy
giving
world.
advice, even though I guess maybe I'm channeling Jody a little bit. I'm painfully honest sometimes with people.
No, it's great. And it's been very beneficial. We've talked about some of the advice you've given.
Yeah, and you're taking it because I love the Charles Wood Theater, hearing that. I mean, that you're doing that. Yeah. I love that it's, you understand the bar thing. I did it open. You go to Vermont. I'd love to take a ride with you just out of, just to go.
Yeah, we'll have to go just sometime. I think you'd really like it. It's neat.
Yeah. You have to come back the same day. Let's stay over.
I've done that. It's a brutal 2-hour drive back afterwards.
Yeah, we'll figure out something. I'll figure it out. We'll stay
sure.
But I'd like to just go and see, because that's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's
good.
neat. Yeah.
So what were you gonna ask me? Good.
So what's one piece of advice you'd give to new and upcoming comics or entertainers, we should say?
New upcoming comics / entertainers. Well, new upcoming comics is one thing. Same thing, but in a way. I would say, first of all, bravo for even attempting to go into this, and I would say, I'm trying to think of yeah, get on stage, be on stage as much as you can, but yeah, that's a really good question because I have so many things going through my head. It's like, because you get bad habits when you're in rooms, like I said, like the bars, and you don't want to, I couldn't do it. First of all, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't be able to do it. I know it. I wouldn't be able to perform. I wouldn't be able to drive 2 hours for 3 minutes.
Yeah.
I was spoiled. I'm first to admit I was spoiled. I was lucky. I was very grateful and, fortunate when I started. But I would say, get on stage as much as you can, and you kind of, remember comic / entertainer. Actually, you're right. Entertain them. Don't, give them what they want. They want to leave feeling better than they did. So, don't always try to push out either, whether it's your agenda or you don't have to be political or whatever. And, just let them hear your fun stuff in your life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Be kind of original.
Well, sometimes it takes time to find your stage persona.
Yeah.
We talked about that a little bit too, I said, because at the end of our lunch, I think I found out you played the guitar. I was like, oh, you got to use that.
Yeah.
You might be you might be the guy that wrote the song that had the thing, whatever it is, and then if take any channel you can in this stage, I think, to get to the way you want to be.
I still need to work on some music stuff. I really want to do incorporate
I would love to learn how to play the guitar, or just because I'm a karaoke junkie.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. People laugh. I go. I was on it when Scott and I did the cruise ship. I was in the karaoke bar every night. It was so funny. It was great.
I've heard a lot of comedians make the parallel of, like, if you're a comedian, you dream about being a rock star. If you're a rock star, you dream about being a comedian.
Yeah, exactly. Every singer wants to be a comedian, and every singer wants to be a comic.
Yeah,
that's exactly right.
Yeah.
That's so true.
I think it's just the entertainment factor. You kind of get a different aspect of doing music as compared to comedy. And the energy's different, know.
But, well, I used to do that on my cruise ship show too. I had a little song I would just do when I came out, and a little song at the end, just a little. And I was a country themed guy, so I mean, I like the whole country thing. So I kind of tied that in. Yeah, it just bookended it a little bit. It was fun for me, fun for the audience. And,
all right.
Yeah.
Last question: if people want to reach out to you to book you, how do they get a hold of you?
We have a brand new website, laughfast.com. LAUGHFAST.com. It's weird. Sometimes it goes to Laugh Fest. So you got to be.
Oh, yeah.
Because that's Gilda Radner's thing.
Sure.
But laughfast.com, brand new website's up and going. And there's also a really cool website that Scott and I do school shows for the students. And it's called EsteemProv, EsteemProv.com, EsteemProv.com. What a great program. We were booked like a lot, and then COVID hit, and it wiped out everything. And then now the schools, I think, are just starting, believe it or not, to be okay with bringing in different assemblies. But we're going to be doing more and more of those. Good. And what's great about those are during the day. So whatever region we go in, we send the stuff out way ahead of time, and the schools book it. And wow, talk about rewarding.
Yeah. That's super cool.
Seeing these kids, and it's not an anti-bullying thing because that's been overdone. Even though I'm not saying that's, but overdone meaning they know all, but it's really about it's really a great message.
Yeah, I'll put the links down in the description.
Please do,
of these videos in the podcast and stuff.
Caleb, I look forward to working with you again, and I look forward to seeing you. And we got a date. We're going to Burlington, Vermont on Wednesday. One of these Wednesdays coming soon.
On the date, kind of nervous.
Yeah, exactly.
No,
and we're staying overnight.
That's right.
I'm not driving back. No.
Dibs on the couch. No. Well, I appreciate you coming on so much. I really wanted to talk to you and just kind of hear your background. And
I'll be back again when the show takes off. I want to be, on the good show.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. This will be the trial and error run right here.
The one they're gonna go. Remember when he first started? Look at
who's this character? Yeah.
But no, you're gonna do great. You're doing good things, and you got the right framework for it. It's working out. Yeah.
Appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah. Well, go follow Vinnie. I'll put the links in the description. Go check out Scott and their website, laughfast.com. And definitely, if you're looking for a comedian, reach out to him. He's so good.
Or a golf tournament. Right?
Or a golf tournament.
I'm going to heckle you.
Yeah. I'll go crap out of you. I'd actually really want to see that. I'll try to get you some connections.
I want to do that. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you for coming on.
Thanks for having me.